Hey there, Soul Family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, coming to you from the northern woods of Wisconsin. Obviously, not in my regular spot or even bringing you a regular message, which is interesting. Apologize for the delay. Usually, I post, first thing Saturday morning, trying to keep that consistency, but a last minute opportunity to come up north presented itself, and so we're here. As you know, if you visit this channel often, this is the place for conscious, purpose driven entrepreneurs who are looking to remove the blocks that hold them back from their purpose and stepping into a fulfilling business. So, yes, that is a little bit of a different intro than I have been using lately. And as you know, I've been trying some things on for size. We have a cute little gopher who is joining us here. What I wanted to talk to you today, and kind of the reason why he's a little irritated that I'm here. The reason why this intro is a little bit different today and why this channel is open to whatever the divine has for us is that I wanted to speak more so to my soul family that is stuck in the corporate world. That I talk a lot about the hidden seeker who's stuck in hermit mode, and yet my heart has always been split between the spiritual world and the corporate world. And for a long time, I was a hidden seeker, but not stuck in hermit mode, stuck in the corporate world. And the reason I do what I do is because of the tremendous amount of hidden potential that is trapped in the 9 to 5 grind or in the corporate world, stuck in the paycheck trap, the golden handcuffs of reliable income. And I know that feeling where you feel just absolutely sick to your stomach that it's Sunday afternoon and you have to go back to your soul-sucking job tomorrow. They call it the Sunday afternoon blues. Did you know that most heart attacks happen on Monday morning because it is absolutely heartbreaking to have to go to a job that literally is sucking the life out of you? I have to admit, there were days where I cried because I did not want to go back to that soul-sucking job. And I loved the people I worked with. I loved the work that I did, but at the end of the day, it wasn't my purpose. It wasn't fulfilling. And I found myself living for the evenings and the weekends and just getting by, and keep telling yourself, just tough it out, just tough it out. But the thought of doing that for 40 more years, literally, it's like a punch to the gut, a stab to the heart. That is just that sinking feeling of like, you've got to be kidding. This can't be all there is. There's got to be something more. There is no pain to describe the feeling of being stuck in the corporate world and not being fulfilled by your work. That pain is so unbearable that we have to find ways to make ourselves feel better about it. Maybe we buy Gucci handbags or a new suit or a fancy new car or even the big house. We do all the things they tell us we should do, and yet we're never happy. And nothing seems to fix that pit in our stomach or that yearning for something meaningful or the pain of selling our soul for a paycheck. So if you've been experiencing this, I want you to know it is not your fault. You are not crazy, and there's nothing wrong with you, because I know in that space it can feel like, why am I not happy? I should be happy. We should all over ourselves, and we question, is there something wrong with me because I get paid really well and I actually kind of even like what I do, and I mostly like my coworkers or my clients or my team, and yet this soul urge, this pull towards something greater, something bigger is what it feels like, more impactful, more important. I'm supposed to do something that matters. And yet we can't seem to find our way out, which can be really disturbing for a highly accomplished professional or a high achiever, right? Dare I say a perfectionist? Yes, that is part of the package, right? The problem is what we're experiencing is not our fault. We didn't sign up. We didn't agree to the programming and the conditioning that they gave us, at least not consciously. And they didn't teach us how to think critically in school. They never taught us how to discover our talents or our gifts or our purpose. They certainly didn't teach us how to create a fulfilling life, right? What they taught us how to do was follow instructions, to fall in line and to be normal. They also taught us to suck it up, to suppress and ignore those feelings. Sometimes, in order to do that, it requires a glass of wine or a Gucci bag. But even that isn't quite enough. And that questioning of, is there something wrong with me, causes a fracture. Because we believe that if society says this is how it's supposed to be and I can't be happy in it, it must be something wrong with me. The conditioning and programming that we were gifted, if you will, taught us that if we step out of line, that we're going to die. And I know that sounds really drastic, so hear me out. But our survival brain, our fear brain, our emotional brain truly believes that if we are not normal, we don't fall in line, we don't do as we're supposed to do, we don't suck it up and just deal with it for the next 40 years, that we are going to somehow be ostracized. And at the end of the day, the survival brain, your fight or flight mechanisms, believes that you will die if you step out of this. If you step out of the norm, if you try to build your own business, if you go against the grain of what your family or society or your culture thinks you should do, it can seem like death to the limbic system of your brain and your nervous system. And that's why the bootstrap method doesn't work, because we as professionals, as high achievers, as type A personalities, as much as I don't condone that, there is benefit to it. But it actually holds us back because we're so good at doing the right thing and being the good girl and achieving and showing up and delivering results, getting the job done. But bootstrap method doesn't work. The bootstrap method comes from our smart brain, our intelligent brain that is actually capable of high achieving. But what actually is running the show is our survival brain. It's called the limbic system. It's what houses the subconscious, the emotional brain, and what triggers our fight or flight mechanism. So when our body, the nervous system that runs throughout our body, senses danger, like stepping out of the norm, starting your own business, going against the grain, it senses danger, and alarm bells go off, danger, 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 and that limbic system overrides the intelligent brain every single time. So no matter how smart you are, no matter how big of a portfolio you have, no matter how many multiple six figures you make in the corporate world, the day when you try to step out, when you try to post on social media or post on LinkedIn and say, hey, I have leadership skills in this area, I can be a consultant here, I know how to develop this kind of product, and I want to change the world, your entire being is just setting off alarm bells. Not safe, not safe, not safe. Stop, stop, stop. It is the glass ceiling that keeps us from moving into our purpose. And so no matter how smart you are and no matter how much you've accomplished, no matter if you are the perfect perfectionist, it will never be enough. You will never be able to bootstrap through the alarm bells of your nervous system, your limbic system, the subconscious programming and conditioning that you have been exposed to, right? The fear brain overrides the intelligent brain every single time. So this is the good news. There is a way out. There is a way to work with the limbic system, the emotional brain, the fight or flight mechanism, the nervous system, and desensitize that trigger, reprogram the subconscious beliefs that you are not safe. And when we desensitize the triggers, we calm the nervous system and we reprogram the subconscious, that is when we explain to the brain and the body that this path is actually freedom and should not create fear. And the reason I know this is because I tried to escape the world, the corporate world. I left twice, not once, but twice. I left a 6-figure career behind. And the first time I did it, it was horrifying. I thought I was going to vomit every time I had to post on social media or make a video. I tripped over my words. I said and and ah and all those things that make me seem insecure and don't really send the message of being a reliable person to work with. And so I had to go back to the corporate world. And then one day, I found a therapist who understood the nervous system, the limbic brain, the fight or flight response, trauma, conditioning, programming, the subconscious. And that's when I discovered somatic healing therapies and something called brain spotting. And from there, my life changed. I was so excited to jump into my business. I no longer feared making videos. As you can see, I've been doing it for 2+ years now, and I escaped. I finally made it happen. I broke free, and you can break free from the golden handcuffs of the paycheck trap. And not only that, but you can build a business and a life that you love. I'm excited to get out of bed every day. I don't dread Mondays anymore. I love Mondays. It's my favorite day of the week. If you go back for 50 Mondays or however long, maybe it's been like 30 that I've been creating, the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy reading. I love doing this work. More importantly, I cannot even begin to explain, there are no words to explain, the tremendous yes that courses through my body when I help somebody heal their trauma, conditioning, wounding, nervous system, subconscious. You have a gift. You were made perfectly imperfect for your purpose. There is something that you were meant to do. That is what calls you. That is the yearning that pulls you forward. That is the unquenchable thirst that no matter how many Gucci bags or fancy cars you buy will never be quenched. And I can promise you this, when you step into your purpose, you will have that moment that says, this is what I've been seeking all along. And that's why I love the term seeker, because even in the corporate world, is a hidden seeker in the corporate world, we know that there is something more. There is an undeniable force that pulls you towards your purpose, and it will never let you rest until you step into it. And so if this sounds like you, don't worry, you're not stuck forever. I promise you, I have helped hundreds break free from this with my trauma spotting healing method. It is a divine gift that I cannot even take credit for, but I am honored and blessed to be the conduit for it. So I would love to speak with you. Comment below wherever you see this. I tend to post lots of places, so comment below if you want to talk. Otherwise, my email, rebecca@vibementor.com. I am offering free strategy sessions. We will create the 1-year roadmap. I will give you all of the milestones and the things that you need to work through. After 2 years of doing this, I can tell you all of the different triggers that you're going to experience, all of the different what they call trauma responses. Whether or not you identify with trauma, it doesn't matter. This is a global issue. We all are exhibiting trauma responses right now. I could make a whole other video on that, but I'm not going to go too far. I would love to talk to you if you are looking to get out, because I can promise you I know how to help you. All right? You are not trapped. You can have a life that you love. You can wake up on Mondays doing something that you love and get excited to get out of bed. Happiness is possible. I can promise you that. Freedom is on the other side of this journey through the body, the nervous system, and the subconscious. All right. I love you, my friends, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Namaste.